What's going on, guys? Julian with Heritage. So right now we are at our yard, our Riverside yard, I should say, and we have the International 4300. We have a low bore right below it, and we're going to load up our Bobcat T450. Typically, we don't rent equipment like this, but this is a client that's been with us for a little while, and he just has a small pile, well, not small, but about 10 yards of dirt he needs to load up. So it's going to be fairly quick. It's right down the road for us. It's local here in Riverside. And we'll get it loaded up, transported over there, and he'll take care of it. And then we'll get our machine back here later on today. So right now I just got to put, because we don't have a ramp for this, we're going to put like a 4x4 piece just to kind of lift the back end of the skid steer up, and I'll make it go in real easily. So let me grab a 4x4 and then we'll get to it. All right, so I don't have a 4x4 laying around, but we do have these 2x4, so we're just gonna add them right to it. It is probably, what, a foot? Get this thing warmed up. I hope that's enough just to lift the back end up. It might not be. Well, that didn't work. All right, let's try concrete now. All right, so that's basically it when I'm loading this machine. Typically, I just have to get the back high enough, and luckily with just 2 pieces of concrete, it lifted up the back, so we can easily just push it in. You have to bring the bucket down a little bit to kind of lift up the front at that point. If not, it kind of teeter-totters, but we're gonna get it loaded. Ideally, when you're loading up containers, you want to match the rail angle with the angle of the container, and then obviously that angle is going to change a little bit as you're going up, but it just makes it for a smoother process instead of having the rails all the way up, which some people do, and then lifting the container all the way up. It just doesn't make sense. So as soon as we feel it leave the ground on the back side, we bring the rails all the way down, and then we just pull it. If you don't put your straps, that's the easiest way to get pulled over. Our straps are yellow, you have orange, you have green, you have black, but we like to keep them yellow just so CHP, whoever it is, local police, can see that we have them on. I've had 2 drivers pulled over and they've gotten citations for it, but that's on them. They know that that's like super important, and one of my drivers knows that. He's the driver that got rear-ended, and if he wouldn't have had those straps, the semi that hit him would have, sorry, he got hit by a semi, but it was a semi crane. So with the impact, that container would have flipped over if he didn't have those straps. So he knows, he's well aware of it, but he got a ticket maybe like a month and a half ago. So this is loaded up. We're just gonna go deliver it real quick and go from there. So because we typically always bring this with a smooth bucket, I'm able to just put it down and slide it out. With the teeth, it's gonna grab onto this asphalt and we're gonna be fucked. Hay que abrir las puertas primero. Aquí. Ahí se puede bajar.
Mira, vamos a ocupar de poner estas dos. No,
Sí.
ni lo voy a ocupar, no voy a pisar ahí.
Sí, déjala abajo aquí. So we just dropped off the skid steer. They're using it now. He only ordered one lowboy, but according to the calculations and what we're seeing, he's gonna need another one. So I'm gonna run to my Moreno Valley yard and pick up another lowboy. Like Jose says, the math ain't math. He's gonna need more. Let me just go get another one already. That way when he calls in about an hour, I should be coming back from my other yard and should be perfect. I can get him swapped out immediately. right, guys, so we just got done picking up the skid steer. I'm gonna take it home. I really don't want to go back to the yard, offload it, and then go back home. It's gonna take too long. But the nice thing about, you know, working with a small business, whether it's us or one of the local guys, that could be I mean, it doesn't matter who it is, really. You're gonna get a custom tailored approach to solving your waste needs, whether it's dirt, construction debris, asphalt, you name it. We can custom tailor you know, what the service to your specific needs. In this case, this gentleman called and he just needed a lowboy and a skid steer. As soon as I got there, I did some calculations for him, just rough calculations. I said, you're gonna need a whole other lowboy, man. So I showed him how to do calculations on for dirt, and then he was like, yeah, definitely. Still didn't believe me though, so I told him what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my other yard, pick up a lowboy, and give me a call within an hour. If you need it, you need it. If you don't, I'll take it back to my yard. Not even within an hour, he called and said, hey, bring me another one, which luckily I already had a driver coming back with a lowboy that was gonna go back to the yard. So there was really no waste of time. And for him, from the time that he called to the time that that second lowboy was delivered was less than 5 minutes. So it makes us look like a true professional and that we understand what the client needs. And I mean, you can't beat that response time. You really can't. So now we just picked this up. We'll pick up the lowboy on Monday, go dump it. He did pay a little extra. There was a lot of grass and roots, so we'll get rid of those, and obviously he paid the difference. He didn't have a means of transporting the skid steer to get diesel in it, so he just paid the difference. Kind of like a, you know, if you're renting a car from Avis, Enterprise, whatever it is, budget, if you can't fill it up for us, we will charge you a little bit more just for the inconvenience, but we have fuel back at the yard. So he used about 6 gallons, so diesel right now is about $4.69 here at 76 at least. So they're paying $6 a gallon, not much. And it beats him having to lug around a 5-gallon gas can back and forth. So, and now we're going home. I think my wife's gonna be home right now, so we'll figure out what to do for dinner and figure out what to do with the girls. And tomorrow is my dad's birthday, so probably do something with him. But yeah, see you guys later.